In keeping with the tradition at Bolsa Grande High School, it is at graduation that the principal recognizes and honors one senior out of the graduating class who over the past 4 years has been an inspiration and role model to both his peers and our staff. This award goes to someone who in their own unique way has given as much to BGHS as BGHS has given to him. Scott Patrick Ross is a shining star at Bolsa Grande High School. His remarkable spirit inspires students and staff. Scott was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 2 years old and received a bone marrow transplant from his brother. He went into remission, but the cancer returned a year later. Scott then went through 3 years of chemotherapy and radiation. The cancer was gone, but the result was multiple physical disabilities: cataracts, limited lung capacity, a weakened heart, and osteoporosis. These challenges did not keep Scott from being an active child. His positive outlook, invincible will, and loving disposition were obvious even then. At 6 years old, Scott joined Cub Scouts. He continued with scouting activities and attained Eagle Scout, an accomplishment which only 4% of Boy Scouts achieve. Unfortunately, Scott developed a malignant brain tumor in January of his sophomore year. Scott's family began planning his court of honor and hoped it would not take place on an oncology ward. After months in the hospital, Scott recovered from his brain surgery and was able to celebrate with his family and friends. Scott returned to Bolsa as determined as ever to complete high school. Another brain tumor was discovered and Scott was again subjected to massive headaches, brain surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation. In spite of these setbacks, Scott continues to be a positive and passionate young man. He has become a spokesperson for children with disabilities and for young people fighting cancer. In the spring of 2006, Scott was invited to travel to Washington, D.C. to be a part of discussions regarding programs for the disabled. This trip culminated with a visit to the White House and a meeting with President Bush. Scott has corresponded by letter and phone with Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger regarding the rights and privileges of disabled children in our state. Last summer, Scott was one of 50 students selected to attend the Youth Leadership Forum in Sacramento, which addresses issues of students with physical disabilities. Among his many other commitments, Scott is a member of Sunshine Kids, the National Heritage Tour, Ride for Kids, Relay for Life, and Run for Life. Even at home, Scott continues to put others first. A prime example occurred just a few days ago when Scott was too sick to come to school. His teacher, Connie Silva, went to visit him. Scott has a dear friend at school who couldn't afford to buy a yearbook, and he intended on purchasing one for her that day. Scott's biggest concern was making sure that he gave Mrs. Silva the money so he could buy his friend a yearbook. Scott's determination to succeed, his faith, his optimism, and genuine desire to help others have been an example to us young and old. He is a constant reminder that a strong will and a passionate heart are powerful factors in living each day with joy and appreciation for life. In Scott's words, "I won't fail because that means I won't give up. My family, friends, teachers, and classmates have supported me throughout these difficult times. They help me get up. I'll never fail." Our students hear us say that they must raise the bar in terms of academics and future goals. Truly, this inspiring young man has raised the bar for all of us as members of the human race. It is with respect, admiration, and love that I present the Principal's Inspiration Award to Scott Ross.